What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan1 here, and today we are back again at it with another Transformer figure review. And today, oh boy, I'm very excited because we've got several videos covering this set here within the next couple weeks here. So today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformer Studio Series 15th Anniversary 5-pack, and today we're going to be taking specifically a look at Optimus Prime. And before anybody does get any ideas, this is the Studio Series number 32. So it is the '07 version of Optimus Prime, which does not come with the guns, does not come with half the stuff that it's supposed to. Or, well, it didn't come with the gun, excuse me. But it did come with the two knives, the knives that came with the original Revenge of the Fallen one. So we will look at those here in just a moment. And y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at the figure first. We're going to take a look at the packaging. And the packaging, I must say, is beautifully done. And one more thing I want y'all to remember here is that there is something really cool about the display set in this thing, which I will show you guys in just a minute here. So obviously you've got Jetfire Prime and the RC Sisters here, which a lot of people keep on saying that, oh well, you know, that was not the right choice. Why did they choose the RC Sisters? They could have had him. Well, I'm going to explain why really quickly before we get into this. I had a bunch of people in several comments say that this set was way too expensive for what was coming inside it. I'm going to tell you right now, no, it is not. It is perfectly accurately priced. So, however, I will say this: if they did want to make this a true exclusive, they could have made him battle damaged. But honestly, that's besides the point. So, anyways, we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. So, really quickly, we have Prime and we got Jetfire on the side here. It's kind of difficult to show this off here, but on the back here we have Jetfire Prime and the RC Sisters, and it shows this in his combined mode now. So now we can show off what that will be like in another video, probably towards the end of the month. But anyways, on this side here we have the RC Sisters and their package. This is basically just the image that was on the side of the packaging for them. And then on the top here, we've got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, which is quite nice. So I will show off something very cool with the display at the end of this whole set series we're going to be doing. But for now, we are going to take a look at Studio Series Optimus Prime. And y'all know the rules. First, we're going to take a quick look at these blades here, which I do think is quite nice. Although the one thing I'm a little upset about is they kept the Cybertronian symbol exactly the same on the other one. They're the exact same symbols, so, and they do have the little handles here, so you can totally peg them in. But you can also place these on him in vehicle mode. So there are these little tab pieces, or little slots right here that you can totally just take these and plug them into the side there. Don't want to move that out too much. And you can do the same thing on this side here. So there you go. Now, if you had the original gun, excuse me, or maybe not the original gun, but the '07 version of this, and it had the gun was supposedly tabbed in back here, and or it tabbed in on the side pieces like we showed. So, all right, so now we're going to remove the weapons here, and let's take a quick look at this thing. I gotta say, for a brand new Prime mold, now take note, I did not ever get to see the '07 version of Prime, so this coming in this set is quite nice to the fact that they're like, look, we know we didn't do a mass release of it. Why don't you guys just have this? And then they did the re-release of the Dark of the Moon Prime and Buzzworthy Bumblebee, and that was great, but I just can't get on board with that. So, but anyways, taking nicely done here, I must say. The underside's quite nicely, like, very, very nice. I feel like this figure deserves a spot in a new category that I'm going to come into here, which is, does it all fit nicely? And I gotta say, this figure, you guys would not know the hell that awaits us with this figure just by looking at this. So, and yes, I did transform this live on camera, which you guys can go check out that live stream. I will leave a link to it in the description below. But on the live stream, we had quite a bit of a problem with the forearms connecting into the cab here. So be aware of that. So yeah, so let's take a quick look at him with some scale comparisons, because y'all know we love our scale comparisons, that's for sure. So here he is with Jolt. Here he is with Dark of the Moon. This is the Dark of the Moon, or Age of Extinction, excuse me. This is the Age of Extinction Ratchet. Here he is next to the Dark of the Moon side swipe, which it's the same thing as the Revenge of the Fallen one, just slightly different. Here he is next to Sideways, Studio Series Sideways. He's magically standing. And here he is finally with the Studio Series The Fallen. And his staff is clearly out of frame, but there's nothing we can do about that. So there you have that. Alright, so as I set the Fallen off to the side here on the other side of the review table, we can now take a quick look at the Prime, and this is going to be insane. So first thing you're going to do, and I just like to do this just to get it out of the way, is you're going to, well, firstly, come to these bits here and untab them from the sides. They just untab here, and they tab in here. The side tanks tab in here. But undo this bit here, and then we're going to just take this and we're just going to lift it all up like so. We will fiddle with these in a little bit because we're going to come back to these. So next, you're going to come to the legs. You're going to split them down the middle. Now mine has a small issue with clearance, with a little bit of clearance on this, but there we go. Fold those legs down like some of the other primes you've seen in the past, and pretty much the legs are almost done. There's only a few other things we got left to do. So trust me, we're not even close to done. Come to these panels here, bring them out to the side. I like to bring these out to the side first, just to get them out of the way of what's about to come. I'm going to take this top piece, and this is where the clearance issues we're having when we were in the live stream. This piece could not tab in properly. I don't know what it was, but there are two tabs that go into these slots here underneath, and I just couldn't get them to tab in. So, yeah. But you're going to bring this all the way back now like that. So, next we're going to come to these pieces, bring them down. These wheels arches, bring them down, and then you're just going to bring them all the way up, and then there's this little nook right there that these are just going to kind of rest in. So, do the same thing on the other side. Bring this up, and those just sit like that. And then let's finish out the legs, and we'll bring these pieces up as well. So my apologies, folks. It's snowing outside, and my heater is turning on, so please be aware of that. All right, so legs completely done now. Now let's work on the rest of the body. So you're going to come to this front and top section, and you're just going to split them. Jeez Louise. You're going to split it there, and then you're going to kind of just untab things, get them untabbed, and then come to the front like that. Don't do it like that. But basically these things did not want to come out, and we slipped, and that was not good. That was not good at all. So come to these front tank sections and pull these out as well on the sides right there. So that way we can make some room for what's about to happen. So bring these sections down as best you can, and then bring them up like so on these hinges here. Well, there goes the tab piece that tabs this in. Yeah, be aware of that. I'm not very too thrilled about that, but whatever. We can continue. It's still gonna work just fine. So then we're going to take this and we are going to bring it over this like that. Rotate the arm around. And make sure everything that needs to go in the back here is going in the back. Let's make sure we do all of this properly here. These are just difficult. Bring these tanks inwards and then bring them out. Then do that. So fold this back. Bring this tank inward. Fold this around it. Push this all the way back like that. Actually, don't do that quite yet. Keep these open just a little bit because we're going to pop open the head very quickly. So then we can take this, bring this all the way back, make sure all of this is stable, and then we can take all of this and bring this forward, and these are just going to tab right on into this bit here. I apologize for the mess that this figure is, but that's one of the only problems. So we're almost done now. We are very much so almost done. Take these pieces once again, close them back up, take this, bring it up, and make sure that the shoulder tabs in just nicely. Take the waist, make sure it clips into place as well. And then we're just going to bring this truck section piece, and it's just going to go down. So do the same thing on the other side. I apologize. This figure is just, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. So make sure the shoulder piece tabs in properly right here. Then we're going to bring this all the way back here. And then this piece, these two tab sections are going to go into the slots of the grill of the truck. So we're going to get that in right there. And then this piece is going to come back up like this. And we're going to take these in, and then we're going to rotate them all the way around like so. And then these are just going to flatten out like so. We're going to rotate this around, flatten this out like so on his back. And then that's how that's supposed to look. Now we're going to fix the arms. Fold down the shoulder pad. Make sure this piece folds back. Fold out his fist, flip this forward. There's no tab sections for this to go in, unfortunately, but there's nothing I can do about that. So that goes like that. Bring this other arm, fold up the shoulder pad, rotate the arm, bring this forward, flip this down, fold this back. Here we go. And one final thing to do is rotate the waist. And there we go. We have Studio Series 32 Prime in his robot mode. Now take note, that was absolute pure hell. You guys saw exactly what we had to do. But we're going to give him his blades here because these were his primary weapons in the movie. So, alright. So, here we have Studio Series 32 Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Now, you guys might know, this is the first time this thing's been transformed in robot mode after the live stream, and take note, it is not an easy figure. So this is definitely not meant for anybody under the age of like 13. I'm saying the video itself that we're doing here is okay enough for people under the age of 13, but this figure is not okay for anybody under the age of 13. I'm telling you right now. And as far as paint apps go, it's exactly the same as Studio Series 32. And in fact, it is so far much exactly like Studio Series 32 that you can, let's pop these windows open here for just a second, you can remove his ab section, and if you have the Dark of the Moon version of Optimus Prime, you can then take this piece and attach it here, because Studio Series 32, they reused the mold for not only just this Prime, but they reused it for the Dark of the Moon Prime. And you were able to remove this, and this piece was originally a piece that came separately with Jetfire, or if you bought 32 Optimus Prime, you had this piece as well. So that basically it didn't matter which version of Optimus Prime you bought, because if you bought Jetfire, then you could already just have the Jet combination for Optimus Prime ready to go. So, alright, so now that we have him in his robot mode and the hell that we had to deal with for that, I gotta say though, in his robot mode, it is just gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. Hasbro, like, they let themselves cook with this one. They let themselves cook and design. They let themselves do whatever the heck they wanted. And this is one of those molds that shows it. The one thing I'm really going to bash them for, that they did not take inspiration from their previous molds, is that with the original Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime, this wheel arch was able to fold downwards, so that way it completed the look of the legs a little bit better. So I appreciate that part of it. I don't appreciate the lack of this piece and the fact that they did not learn from that mold. However, with the combination for Jetfire, to my knowledge, this has to be right here. So I do not blame them, but I also do blame them. Like, you guys couldn't have engineered something a little better, perhaps, but maybe not. Alright, so let's get into scale comparisons, final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure. And we're going to do a ranking for all of these as a set, but right now we're going to review them as separate figures. So we're going to rank them as separate figures for the current moment. So, anyways, here he is next to Jolt. Studio Series Jolt. Here he is next to Studio Series Dark of the Moon Ratchet. Here he's next to, or this isn't Dark of the Moon Ratchet, that was Age of Extinction Ratchet. Here he's next to Dark of the Moon Sideswipe. Oh. Who apparently does not want to stand up properly now. Here he is next to Studio Series Sideways. And here he is next to Studio Series The Fallen. So you can kind of see the scale of how big he is compared to him. So, I mean, you can totally, if you want to, like when Optimus Prime gets revived, you can totally just do this if you feel like it. Because that's exactly what he did in the movie. So, you know, you can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. So, anyways, so final thoughts on this guy. Well, I must say 1 to 2 massively cool things about this figure. One, I'm very grateful that we got another run at Studio Series 32 because I was very frustrated that I didn't get this one. Because if you guys do remember, the original Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime that we originally had, this is what happened to it. There was no way I could save this. So this is a very nice, like, it's a, like, let me just give you a small scale about the gravity of what happened there. Oh, and a few pieces also fell off the table too while I'm at it. So yeah, I mean, you can basically tell that this was it was not a necessity purchase, but it was definitely a purchase that I needed to make. So, anyways, let me just clean this all up here with a simple snap of my fingers. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are you ready? And wow, just like I knew, just like magic. We'll scooch the camera back in here so that we can finish this. So that was a necessity purpose. And on top of it, I gotta say, this thing looks a little bit better than that one. I mean, not as in like, you know, the scale of it is great. But I mean, honestly, if they were to have upscaled this a little bit more, that'd be perfect. Then it would just absolutely be a leader class, and a perfect leader class at that. But we all know it's Hasbro, so they have to milk their Voyagers to turn them into leader classes. So I have to say it's not the worst thing on that, but at the same time, what are you gonna do? So, anyways, now let's quickly take a quick look at this head sculpt. Oh my word, this head sculpt is beautiful. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this figure. This figure is just something to behold. So if you can manage to get a hold of this for a reasonable price on the secondary markets, and when I say Studio Series 32 specifically, this figure currently on the secondary and third markets is currently going for like about 100 to 150 bucks right now. I did not pay that for this guy. If you broke down the price between this and the whole set, it was averagely Voyager priced. So that is reasonable. Now, where do I rank this on the scale of 1 to 10? Well, it's a beautiful figure. The transformation was a little difficult to figure out. We ended up breaking as part of it, but it's a part that's not really necessary to everything. But we did end up breaking a piece off that I'm not too thrilled about, but there's nothing we can do about it. So for that piece that broke off, though, I am going to demote it just a hair. So this figure was already sitting at a 9.5. So we're going to demote it down to let's say a reasonable 8.75. I think this figure earns an 8.75 on the scale of the fact that it's beautiful. It's probably never going to ever go back in truck mode ever again. I'm not even going to be surprised if it does. So yeah, but anyways, this figure is getting an 8.75 from this review. So anyways, this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Don't forget to leave a comment down below about what Transformer you want to see on the channel next. We've got a couple pre-orders coming in for next month, so please be on the lookout for those videos when they come through. Also, please do not forget that you can also enter the giveaway for the Naruto Shippuden crossover figures right here that we are giving away. So these are the exact figures from the video, so you are very much welcome to go do that. So please do not forget to check out the community post that I have on that as well. And I will re-upload said community post, so that way you guys know exactly what's going on. And this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye. Actually, wait a minute. No, I forgot. We have a few people we need to let you guys know exactly who exists. So, anyways, do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail videos, Patrick with a Y, iStar552, Bravely GG, Take Along Productions, Alexander Rothschild, once more, The Good, the Bad, the Awesome, New York Toy Hunter, Lemon Lime Productions, Skibbity Jacket, Zaga the Animator, Shailesh as well, Shailesh as well, and please do not also forget to check out New York Toy Hunter and The Good, the Bad, the Awesome. I think I said their names twice now, but whatever. So, anyways, this is Thomas Phantom 1 saying, for the final time now in this video, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.